Welcome to our video that goes in depth of one of the most significant conflicts of the ancient world, the First Punic War, a huge struggle between two of the biggest civilizations, Rome and Carthage. This battle was fought for control over the Mediterranean. The First Punic War, lasting from 264 to 241 BCE, was the first of three wars that the Roman Republic and Carthaginian Empire would fight in. But wait, how did this all start? First we have to dive back in time. The Roman Republic began its quest to conquer the whole Italian peninsula in 400 BCE, and by 264 BC they had started a war that would last over 100 years. This was when they invaded Sicily, desired by both powers. However, at the time Carthage was the dominant power in the western Mediterranean, while Rome was just starting its conquest for land. In 288 BC, a group of mercenaries called the Mamertines began to settle in the city of Messina, Sicily. The Mamertines threatened the city of Syracuse's interests, so they wanted to reclaim the city. But the Mamertines looked to Rome and Carthage for help. The spark that started the war was when the Carthaginians went to help the Mamertines to preserve their presence in Sicily, but then Rome intervened to prevent Carthaginian expansion. The Romans made peace with Syracuse and went on to conquer other towns. This upset Carthage, which led to the declaration and the start of the First Punic War. In the early stages of the war, there was fierce fighting on Sicily. The Romans were not used to naval warfare, and they realized that to win, they would need a huge and powerful navy. In a short amount of time, they built a whole navy from scratch based off of a captured Carthaginian ship. Using a boarding device, the Romans managed to stabilize Carthage's naval superiority with theirs by turning naval warfare into infantry fights. One of the pivotal battles earlier in the war was the Battle of Mylae in 260 BCE. As a result of this battle, Rome was able to secure its first major naval victory. Through this win, Roman confidence was significantly boosted, and this marked a turning point in the war. Unfortunately, both sides suffered heavy losses in many long engagements throughout this war. For example, the Battle of Tunis was a disastrous Roman defeat in this war. The war dragged on for years, draining out all their resources. The final battle of the war would take place at the Battle of the Aegates in 241 BCE. During a period of the war, Rome had rebuilt and resupplied its navy. The Romans, led by Gaius Lutatius Catullus, ultimately destroyed the Carthaginian navy. Carthage's resources were all gone, and with no navy, they had no choice but to surrender. The Treaty of Lutatius ended the war, leaving Carthage to hand Sicily to Rome and pay a huge fine. The First Punic War was a major conflict that paved the way for Rome's expansion well further than the Italian peninsula, and it marked the beginning of Roman dominance in the Mediterranean. It also gave Carthage a hate for Rome, which would lead to the start of the Second Punic War only a few decades later. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video today. Hey you! Don't forget to like, turn the notification bell on, and subscribe. Thank you for 100 million subscribers.